can go to Christian approach to child labor. Child labor. What is child labor? Child labor is the employment of children. And a child is someone who's below how many years in Kenya? 18 years. So if you employ anyone below 18 years, that is child labor. Look at the house manager that you have at your home. Yes, look at the boy who's looking after the kettle, who's grazing the kettle. That means that what? You've employed a person who's under what? Under 18. That's child labor. Causes of child labor. There is poverty. Yes, because the poor families can opt, they cannot take their children to, because the children are not even getting the basic needs at their home, so they can opt to go and be employed, yes, to get the income, to get the basic needs. There is also negligence, and here we're talking about negligence by the parents. So children are neglected in that they can be able to take action on their life without their parents' what? Knowledge, and they seek employment. Negligence also in some aspects. The children are also sometimes in school and they miss some lessons, especially the scholars. Yes? The scholars in schools that have been in a day school, this is also a day school now, right? I've better been there. And during the rainy season, yes, they go for the kibarua, right? Yes. And when you ask the parent to come to school, you talk about that issue. The parent tells you, I left him, he put on his uniform and came to school. What's happening? It's really the rainy season when they are paying a lot of money. And then you ask the student, where did you go to work? And then you know the people who are offering those jobs. They tell you, how much are you paying? They tell you 350. That time it was 350. Nowadays it's 400, I think so, per day. So you ask I asked one of the boys, where did you use the money? He said, I bought slippers. I did not have slippers. I also took the money to my girlfriend, 100 shillings. Now I'm like, how do you deal with that? Deal with it. Now deal with it. You are the administrator. Now deal with it. If I can tell you issues, you can be shocked. Why they go to work? You can be shocked. You opt to go to do a job in some days and you miss school. So that is because of the negligence of the parent. If the parent, you see your child doesn't want to come to school, you ensure that in the morning, after they dress up, you tell them, I'm going by that way, let me leave you at school, right? Because immediately they enter the school gate, they won't be able to go home. Also aids orphans. Yes, because they do not have anyone to provide for them, they can opt to go and be employed. We also have runaways who seek jobs voluntarily. You run away, you feel like that, I don't want to go to school, this home, I don't feel it. So you run away from home, yes, and then you seek for a job. Runaways. You can add more points. What do you think is another cause of child labor? What is another cause of child labor? From there, we go to reasons why children are employed. Why do you think children are employed? Because number one, they offer cheap labor. You see, because they do not have all the skills. You see, their labor is cheap. That's why back at home, if we can ask all of you here, we have 3 or 2 in their home who have employed a child. Yes, because they are offering child labor, especially those the ones that take care of our children when we are not there. Because instead of paying them 10,000, 15,000, you're paying them how much? 4,000. Number 2 is because they are not in a union. They are not in a union. Remember yesterday when I talked about union, I told you it's an organization that helps what? Ensure that the employer is doing what? Is paying the right wages to the employee, and also the employer is going as per the labor contract. So I told you, if you hear about a union, we are talking about NAT. We are talking about what? Kupet, because those ones you are conversant with. So they are not union. They do not have any union. They cannot join even an union. They are easily hired and fired. That's another reason why children are employed. They are easily hired and fired. Because there is no any this is because nobody is there for them to talk on their behalf. They lack skills. Yeah, they lack skills. That is, they do not have qualification in any skill so as to negotiate their terms. They cannot be able to negotiate their terms. So they lack skills. They are looked as a source of extra income. They are looked at as a source of extra income by their guardians, especially those who work in plantations. So if your parents is working in a plantation or is working in an area, if he or she, especially even in some cases in some of the day schools, the parent is the one who goes with the what? With the child. Because he or she knows that if we go to work that day together, if we are being paid 400 shillings today, if we go together, it's how much? 800. So you see, you opt to do that.